We good to go?
Good to go.
All right, hey guys, Eric from Studs Power Sports again. This is part 2 of the torque converters. We just went over performance and quality. Now I just want to quickly show you maintenance on these things. So again, I recommend after every time you use it, and so does Comet, every time you use it, you should clean these and lubricate them. If you don't, and you don't have to, they just wear out faster. And again, when they start wearing out or they get dirty, they lose performance. It also depends on what kind of terrain you've got. If you're in sand, naturally, sand, mud, you know, you're going to want to do maintenance on this every time. If you're just in grass or you're just riding in the street, you know, maybe you can go, 10 times, 8 times. But definitely the more maintenance you do, the longer it lasts, the better performance you get, the more belt durability you get. So basically this is the driver that we just took apart. Again, this slides like this. Let's just put this together for you. It slides like this, and as the belt is all the way out like this, the belt should be sitting down on the bronze bushing. As the engine speeds up, this actually starts to drop. The weights actually push this down and makes the belt actually travel up on this, and it travels down, the reverse, the opposite on the driven, and that's how you get your different ratios. So I'm going to pull this off. So as this slides, of course, just from normal use, you're going to get dirt. You're going to get machine shavings here. You're going to get belt debris on here. This is something, like I said, you can take apart. There's normally on these, it's a 5/16 bolt. Just take that off, pop this off. This is the main piece right here, which is called a hub. You can see where this is actually, if you got a ledge on it, the ledge actually sits in here. And actually that's something that I didn't point out on my first video, but I want to show you the tolerance on that, and that's very important. If this wears out, you're going to lose performance because it's going to start slamming. I don't know if you've driven a unit with a TAV where all of a sudden it sounds like you're doing a neutral slam in your car. I did want to show you that too. I forgot this in the last part. This is the tolerancing on the Chinese one, which this is brand new, folks. You can see that moves back and forth. So every time you get on it, it's going to slam, and that's going to wear, and that's another reason why I like the Comet on all my performance ones. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to show you. So this is oil impregnated when it comes out of the box, but this slides back and forth. What we recommend is to take this piece out, and you want to just douse this with just any kind of brake cleaner. Works really good. It evaporates quick. Just spray that down all over everything. You're not going to ruin it. Make sure you have your safety glasses on. Get all the debris off. It's going to be black and gooey. Then you can wipe it down. Then we take steel wool. I actually like a 00 or even finer. And you just want to polish this. We actually polish them brand new right out of the box. And you just want to make this real smooth. Even when they're new, we polish them way better than this. Again, folks, the more you polish it, the faster it moves and the better performance you have. There's 2 things that Comet recommends. They actually make their own lube. It's like a graphite, a dry graphite. You don't want to put anything really wet on here that stays wet, like an oil or a grease. It might work okay at first, but then it just collects dirt, and then it just makes your problems worse. So we like to use Tri-Flow. We actually have a smaller can too, but you can get a 6-ounce can for about $8. And you just need a little bit. This is Teflon based, and it dries. So, excuse me. You actually spray this hub with the Teflon, and it just makes a nice hard coating, and it slides really nice. You can also spray a little bit in here. You also want to make sure this is clean. You do not want to get any Teflon on here. This is where it drives, on the top of the driver, and you most certainly do not want to get any kind of lubricant where the belt's going to track. And you're just going to burn your belt out really fast. The more you keep this clean, and the more you keep it lubricated, your belt will last tenfold. So that's about it there. Just the moving parts. This here, you can also just steel wool. Just make sure it's clean. If it sits outside and it gets pitted or rusted, you're going to definitely want to make that smooth. If that gets porous or scratched or scored, again, that's going to wear your belt from moving up and down on it. On the driven clutch, kind of the same thing. You can see with this weak spring, I can actually pull it in and out. That's how it works. It actually, as it speeds up, it pulls out. Well, same thing with this. This gets filled with dirt. So again, you want to take your carb cleaner, clean all this out till it's perfect. You could actually take this apart with the snap ring pliers, but It's hard for a lot of people, especially if you don't have experience, to compress this spring and get it down. Sometimes it takes 2 people, depending on what spring you have. So I would just recommend keeping that on there. Just spray it really good with the carb cleaner, or I'm sorry, brake clean. Then you want to use the tri-flow. Just again, put it just a little bit. You don't need a lot, just to keep that moving free. And again, don't get any on the belt surfaces. Pretty much that's about it. The last thing I want to talk about too, as far as performance, we offer blueprinting services on the driver assemblies. We have access to a lot of the old vintage stuff, which is not around. Weight assemblies. We actually have different weights in grams for the driver assembly for this piece, which can make dramatic differences and increases in RPMs. They stall anywhere from like 2,200. We can get these things up to 5,000 or even higher RPMs on the stall. It also changes how the top RPMs on the engine. So you actually change the stall RPMs. You can actually pick up sometimes 2,000 or 3,000 RPMs on the top end too. These actually will hold these engines down and limit the total RPMs on that. That's pretty much about it. We carry all this stuff in stock. We have all the replacement Comet parts. We have all the springs, hubs, replacement parts, weight assemblies, all the performance parts. We do carry the clone stuff. We do carry the Comet stuff as well. If you have any questions, you can hit us up on Facebook, Studs Hardware / Power Sports. You can call us, 313-563-1058. You can PM myself, Eric Shingles. Again, they call me the Candy Man. In the racing world, John Rickson's taking the video, WRIXON. He's really familiar with these. In the Detroit area, a lot of the drag guys, they're using these types of tabs for racing and performance. And they're great. You just gotta know what you're doing with them and take care of them, and you guys will have a lot of fun. I hope this helps you guys, and have fun and be safe.